Today is day 9 of Masters Madrid and we have one match today, the grand final between Gen.G and Sentinels. Gen.G are the favourites coming into this one as they just beat Sentinels 2 days ago, and they will also have the advantage when it comes to map selection. Having said that, it'd be silly to count out Sentinels from winning this game. You can see the map votes there. Gen.G have the advantage coming into this as the highest seed, so they ban Lotus and Sunset, then the rest of the maps play out as you can see on screen. Looking at the agents for Breeze, both teams sticking to their team comps from the last matchup, and in that game Gen.G won 13-3. Here are some of the highlights from Breeze.
Out, fully grouped up. Starting to hit into this side. The John QT is going to be sitting side by with his rifle. Might have to try and put a stop to this one, but it's difficult. A lot of adversaries to try and overcome here. Still not showing his hand. Dart, potential there to set that one up, but finally a few shots fired and Rattle Texture's been creeping and crawling up onto the angle. Finally there and releases it. The trigger straight to the dome there. Sassy dropping into the back of the site. Two left standing here for Sentinels. Disadvantaged position. Gotta watch that one though. ADS second. And that's 8 seconds left. A round-winning play perhaps, but now a safe plan position for Meteor tucked right behind the pillar. We'll be able to get the extension into the round, but can he survive the 1v2? Already through and second.
I think the stack to be over towards mid and A.
Incredibly deep positioning here. Hunter's Fury going to be offloaded from this particular position. That's Lakia returning it, see if he can get a kill, but only the one tag, spotting out the positioning of Zelsis. Interesting usage of the ult, but with 50 seconds left now, starting to make their way and meander over towards that B side. Cosmic Divide will cut this one up nicely.
Ball aimed for where Gen.G has been anchoring in previous rounds. And this composition has so many different ways of getting into B. The Jet and the Yoru, very difficult to deny, especially when you have so many smokes online. That pit did not cover the spike.
Oh, and a lot of respect as well being showcased as well to a weaker buy of Sentinels, but second. See what damage he can do here, still with the rifle in his hand. They found the first one, but again, a lot to get through. It's murky territory, a blight onto the B site with that pit, but they really wrangled control of this one. They found Charon, but again, Munchkin is the player that needs to fall to really stand a chance into this one. Yes, it doesn't cover it. Texture alive and kicking, working his way around, but he's being found. Sassy drops him, and one player left to stand as Lakia crouched, cowering, fear in his heart. He cannot face them. A thrifty win for Sentinels. All around the map can really follow those sound cues and follow them well straight towards the B side, but it's going to be setting up for that B split. Through tunnel.
Tens has got to be careful here not to overflank. He just needs to play to contain. He grabs one, grabs two.
And the heads will roll before that space gains. And guess what? Gen.G just sent rattling now all the way. The movement looking clean with it. Texture's got something to say. Still, only one blade left. Rest of them finding it into the back wall, but there's the refresh and shut down. Traded time. Really quite low. Only 11 seconds left. It's going to be barely able to get onto the side, but Charon has to clear a little bit. He might just have some time spare, barely a second. And yes, we'll be able to get it here, but Sentinel surely don't let this one slip. A 1v3.
Charon, though, is going to be able to reposition slightly, and Tens is weak.
Really weak. He's got so wide. Zelsis needs to be ready. Charon! The movement impeccable, the aim on top. And he's brought it to a 1v1. Yes, damage has been done, but this guy, ranked to superstardom all the way on the grand stage, he does not seem phased at all. Zekken to face him now. Again, slow walking onto the angle. The noise and information just being cut away entirely. It could just come down to chance. Cloudburst straight up into the air. Zekken diffusing. Drops down by taking a one! Charon! First map that they ended up picking. Deep dart here. Texture want to take advantage of this one, but it's broken. Sassy using it. They did miss second. Hello. Spots it. Up in the air. It's all about the reactions. Follow through there. Just a clone, but a shorty. Defending the area and teammates flooding back in. All to his avail. Munchkin, though, has managed to get himself a gap into the A site, but the spike has been dropped down into the center of the mid, and it's all down to the individual plays. You can see Charon also thinking about the same thing here, and Munchkin. Full territory gain down into mid for Sen, but they need to keep their eye on almost every single angle here. And guess what? Plenty of backs facing away from them. Charon! It's majestic! And just like that, turned away, ripped away. What should have been a slam dunk, Sen left looking in every possible direction, barely able to get it, but they do in the end.
Overstretched, having to run around halls.
Yeah, jump spot heard. Real opportunity for Zekken to get that punishment. You are right, it is that weakness. That's why they have to put bodies into it. But now a double walk up and face. Second, got to be ready for this one here. Is it going to be cleared? It's an off angle. Lakia in the crosshair, precisely on exactly where it needed to be.
Yeah, great re-clear. Gen.G are going to go for those occasionally because that is the weakness of their composition, and they need to make sure that they have info in that area of the map. Meteor going for an info peek when they're up 5v4.
Everybody's got their backs turned to every possible position. Texture, though, seems to be more aware of it than he is. Shuts down John QT. Sassy out in the open. Done into the back of the site, and it is traded and cleaned up by 10 still. Only 2 to left stand here for Sentinels. They will get control of the B side and the plan online. But even more so to try and overcome Texture, Lakia and Caron taking their time with it.
They know that Zelsis does not have the orb on the spike. They can see that over towards mid. So he's probably not playing post plants, probably on site with 10s.
All up. Re-clear. Just feeling unsafe, but they do take control of main once more. They can play this post plant from this position still. Smokes are available. Black, at least Caron puts that one up, but a kill found still. It's down to just 10s.
He's got to do it all.
Does have a nade, but still he's got to deal with this. And what a play to make. Texture so damn aware, but there's the shot still. Will the nade land in time? Lakia's sticking. Half spam damage! He's just about got it!
This is them forcing up, trying to stop Gen.G from getting to 12. Little jump peek there in case Texture was on the angle.
Deep knife. Cage to cover their cross as well, looking to try and split themselves into B. Now there are players here, great dash forwards with that flash. It's all combined and calculated. Munchkin layers it down now with the pits. Dropping down in this position. He's already found Zelsis. Where's the follow-up? Where's the follow-through? It's not there. Caron, the supportive util, the smoke to just prop it up and divide up the entirety of the site. And now a tasty morsel has been claimed with the spike drop down. The advantage again, rolling its way to Gen.G. It's Sentinels that are forced to react.
Unbelievable play from Munchkin. How he's got the awareness and the composure to do that boggles the mind.
Here.
This is an almost impossible spot that Zekken and John find themselves in.
Gen.G are not giving him anything. Diligence off the charts here.
No crumbs.
Slight jiggles onto the angle, never overextending. 30 seconds remaining.
Left.
Texture. Stray shot fired here, potentially just catching a glimpse. Opens wide again, John QT, that was his only chance, but
there goes the op.
Is there, op down, still 18 left, and they have to deal with Munchkin. Smoke down, grabbed and out, dash forwards, but Munchkin again, they weren't expecting it right from behind. It's the IGL Oasis.
It was a little closer than last time, but Gen.G still came out on top for Breeze, 13-8. Sentinels had a pretty big lead when it came to first bloods, but despite that, Gen.G was still able to convert a lot of those rounds, where they had a player number disadvantage. As you saw, Caron was instrumental in some of those rounds. Looking at the agents for binds, no changes for either team, so 10s is on Gecko for Sentinels, meanwhile Gen.G have a Cypher. Here are some of the highlights from bind.
Takes us one misstep though, one opened up body, just trying to gather the information from Sentinels. It might just go down to it. Zekken again, jiggling, Meteor, eager for the fight, eager for it indeed, and there it is. The first punish online. I mean, operators across the field. It's Caron just plucking 10s out of the picture.
And that reaction trying to set up the showers crunch where Zekken could re-ult back onto Meteor. Didn't realize Meteor had already left. They'd read the play and punished the reaction.
Hiding inside the smoke, doubled up now. They want to flood back into this one, trying to catch that timing, and here it is. Doubled up high-low, Sentinels. This might be the right read for them, but Lakia is brute forced and barrel through Sassy. So damn fancy. Might have brought them a window of opportunity, a chance. Very narrowly. Nade rebounds, but not enough to stop this one, and Zekken still has the rocket showstopper available. Pit. Now going to be dropped down here with the rocket to clear through and out over the top. It's lifeless. Baron in nature, but he snipes him anyway. Expected a position. Sentinels claiming the 6. Guess what? What about gone now?
What about Caron's ult?
Caron's ult, yeah, it's not really going to be handled here at all, and that's going to be sending it out with Wingman. He's going to be broken. No, they can scaled it correctly, but it does catch on the second. So the plan is online. 4v4 though. A must win for Sentinels. Must win indeed.
The flank.
Fast wrap around, flanks on, flanks Lakia, punished for it. At least recognizing SEN the weaknesses of their own compositions, but it's immediately answered and evened back out.
Zelsis got
Even
ult.
so, advantage now for Gen.G here with the ult. Here's the first tap, but he's waiting for the second point. Caron's fast onto him. Caron's fast onto him. already approaching and expecting that position, and he just has to let it rip anyway before anybody even taps. Gen.G so fast with the moves, yet Sentinels shut it down.
They're still getting it down now, and Gen.G are taking elbow control in the meantime.
It might work against them because it has cut off these angles, and the core mate to contact works out beautifully. Thrash through with the flash as well. On top of it, it comes down to how can he win these kills out? Second, as the Wrangle the Beast that is his rifle lit up like beacons, but it matters not. Sentinels. It feels like almost the first time here in this series. I'm sure it's not, but they get that lead. Gets the hell out. 30 seconds. This is going to be a full committal. Straight into the maw out wide. They're not expecting it. Gen.G players holding their ground, rooted and snared into place, but they're willing to just fight tooth and nail. Spike dropped down, Molly's at the feet, nobody can advance, nobody can step over the line. There's gonna have to be those shots, gonna have to be that firepower. But again, is it enough? Is it enough? It's not! Meteoric from Meteor himself. In time, but here's that Showers fight, Molly. Drop down. Gen.G walking, Gen.G walking, Gen.G walking, but losing the fight. Initially, it's up to Lakia. Hold it down and stand as ground.
Short players!
Away the short players, and Lakia comes up huge. You're joking. Getting away with murder.
It just flips in an instant. Gen.G not happy to just sit inside the pit. Pushed outside of it. Managed to get a kill. 2 up towards short. Outrageous decision from Munchkin and the Gen.G coaches coming out of SEN's TAC timeout. And now funneling the final 2 survivors straight into these trip setups. I mean, this just looks absolutely brutal for SEN to deal with.
Dire straights. Not only the trips, got to worry about Charon's ult, denying. Meteor himself as well, he's just tucked. Safe position. But out wide, there won't be any punish onto these trips, but they're not going to walk into it anyway, it's just concealed, but that TP through Munchkin.
They just know.
Just got to read, I mean, they just know. Now with the camera, spotted it all. And look at that, Charon sends it and splits them up. For OT, all the way here, Gen.G not going to be denied it at all. John QT dropping to the floor. Attacking, but already through the choke point. Still, they deal with him. Pesky Intruder out towards, and Showers control is going to be essential. What is the call now for Gen.G?
A plan for backside here and taking control of the defense spawn seems like a good idea. But Gen.G don't want to commit to it just yet. Now, Karen's got one smoke to play with. You can smoke off heaven, you can have somebody watch over towards pipes, but they're not making a decision here. They're slowing down and they're kind of trapped.
Waiting for Munchkin.
Yes, but what is Munchkin really going to do? Tens is on a great angle at B long.
It's just all hinging on this, isn't it? It's an off angle at that.
I just don't see how Munchkin clears this.
Yeah, an ADS. Spoils it for Munchkin here, Tens.
It's weird though, because they don't know where Gen.G are. They could be all the way up heaven, all sorts of spots.
It's going to cause the push out here by Sentinels, meeting them right into texture, but he wasn't waiting for it. As a trade attempt by Charon, he will fall too. Everybody topples, Sentinels, flawless here.
Bren, Munchkin's in a really committed position here at hookah. I don't see how he dodges Boombot Dizzy.
Here it is, he's out wide anyway, just hates to fight to him. No way. How are you doing something like that, Munchkin? The 2 best players, arguably, on Sentinels. Put down like nothing.
Finds that timing before the utility's used perfectly. This is going to get scrappy, though, because they want to fight over the spike. They're not content with just playing the numbers advantage.
He's willing to join them, but he has cut off that angle here with the Trailblazer. Not broken down. Is he actually going to be stunned up? Bullets raining through. TP core texture is right there, fast in it. Here's the reinforcements. Here's the whole bloody team. Everybody joining the fight and the fray. Fast rotation. Stimmy. Evacuation.
That's an amazing read by Sentinels. They know that all 3 players are there, and this is a race that SEN have won. Rare for them to be able to beat the defensive rotates, but
wait a moment.
A rare mistake as well from Gen.G. They haven't
got
the plant down.
Sassy hears the noise cues, but he just pre-fires and guesses incorrectly. The gamble not paying off still. Not willing to give up that space, but finally here, Mazaus is out in the open still. The kill found, 2v2, running and gunning to just retreat and cover that section. Now the defuse, Meteor sticking all the way. Spray down, have earned, but that will be it. Sentinels, even it up 1-2-1.
Find went the distance to overtime and Sentinels came out on top 14-12. The Cypher on Gen.G got some value, but ultimately the comp with 2 initiators looked better here. Looking at the agents now for Ascent, and we have a mirror matchup of the standard team comp. Here are some of the highlights from Ascent.
Has to back away and hide.
That might have been based off a flash that Munchkin threw over towards A. Are they expecting this on B?
There's not a sword.
Look at the minimap.
What the hell is going on here? Still, the adjustments there with the flick of the wrist. And Gen.G again left scrambling.
There's 15 seconds left and they don't want to survive.
Don't want to keep these into the next round. I mean, Tetsu's got nothing. You don't keep the blade, so you don't keep the ults. Flash, pop through round and aside here, spamming and spraying. A reload, no punish. 5 seconds left. Plant online, maybe enough. Maybe enough. It's going to be going down to the wire. And they do get that continuation, and Meteor gets the kills. Added concatenation, man. Round to the back, it's watched for. Texture will get shut down, and flanks on flanks need to be managed. Paranoia now. Doesn't break the door down, but both players blinded. That is perfection, immaculate placement. Meteor with 32 health, and nothing but dreams will be fading away. Gap is spotted here by Gen.G. Now a fast play, approach, trying to slam into these anchoring players, but it's on them to try and hold their ground. Sentinels standing side by side here, but again, the weaponry just not ideal for the job. Now, Texture feeling it necessary to really clear through a lot of that. Hello, Karen spotted and an upgrade here for the anchoring players. Again, close, tuck to Dice, but there's no trade and no swings. The anchoring players out back here with the Sheriff, John QT, but not expecting it away with the Bucky! Gaming, no! Can't land the shots, damage done to it, 10 set up, it's a 1v1. And such an important one at that, the money was dire, 10s, 6 bullets, accounted for! Walking up now, Sassy, it's all about when you pick your timings, a counter spam. Almost gone down potentially there with the damage down, and out of here with the drone, everybody lit up, but a shot goes wide and just goes amiss. Second though, he's still alive in the fight here, but a TP into the back of the site now. There is that danger facing, but cancelled. Only 30 seconds left. What is the call to be made? The reposition, backing away, Hunter's Fury. And Lackey is hoping to set this one up for the rest of the team. They're going to pivot. They're going to A. 20 seconds, indecisive.
They're going back to B.
Running back to B. Can't be making plays like this, man, but maybe just getting hectic in those final moments. TP engaged, Meteor! He's lugged his way in. Damage done, and another kill found. It's all being added up. Right click. Kills here. Needs to stick in. Right click. Gamble incorrect.
Oh, the body block!
Oh my god.
Absolutely unbelievable.
Tells us 1v2, 1v2, 1v2. Rushing entirely into it. And now he's found the timing. It's just so damn instinctual. And again, a difference maker. Second, he's left Texture reeling. Back-to-back rounds now.
That is a ludicrous swing. Perfect pre-aim. I mean, pretty much a pre-fire, I think. There's no time to react to that. He just knows exactly where the jet is going to be set up.
Grouped up, gathered. Lakia. From the shock dart. Here's that one now. The close. Nice.
Almost got it.
John, yeah, he was a critical target. It needs to stay alive with the lockdown now in play. What is the call to be made? Gen.G, how do you fight this one? Split up across the map here. I mean, it's just really only Munchkin, and they're just trying to get Lakia out of there. Hunter's Fury through and out into the spawn, into the location. 12 seconds left. They need to get this spike down and planted. Maybe to push this one back and away, but Gen.G, they're out of there.
It's only John in an aggressive position in the post plant right now, and Sassy's miles away, doesn't have that ult to work with.
Doesn't indeed.
He's not going to have shock dart lineups from there, so he needs to find some way of having impact.
Start clearing the paranoia here. Still close quarters enough. It has revealed, and they have cleaned him up. With John down, finally a kill found. Second, not going to be blinded up by that one, but still emanating out with waves of the suppression. He's dropped to his knees. Meteor, last one left, unless he can get Munchkin back alive. A tap. Fading out the spray here. 3 players left out in the open. Sentinels running over them.
They commit to A.
Munchkin gathering that information. As the nade ready here. As time runs short, John QT. Hello. Flash forwards on top of it here. Backing away. Will get cleaned up eventually. The air is sprayed down. Fragment, nade, Texture, and Munchkin all combined. And they have shut down his approach.
Tens with ultimate. It's going to try to get into the B site and get the plant down.
Yeah, it's an open site for him. Still rapid.
Sassy get there?
Approach, Sassy. He's picked them apart. Texture onto that rotation, but he is alone now. Tens is going to do a hell of a job to try and hold on to this one. Karen sticking. No way. Up onto it. Just gets that information. Now 2 players assaulting the position slowly, surely.
Sassy's so far away.
He needs so much. He needs so much here. Sassy is miles away. Reinforcements are lacking. Lakia seeking to disjoint it. That dart, it was fantastic though. Still playing inside the smoke. Lakia shuts it down, but time has been bought. A tap, Sassy. Does he think it's open to Defuse, spamming away, counter spam from Munchkin, sticking from Lakia, full defensive setup. Nowhere, certainly they are fast. It was Zekken, he's rapid on the uptake texture, even more so. And Hunter's Fury to punish, Alarmbot chasing him into the top section of mid, that's TenZ. He's got to try and get some value in, he's got to try and get some kills.
The lockdown.
It's really just absolutely brutalized them, slowed them to a crawl. They can't break it, they have to fight it. TenZ here onto the angle again, they're swarming into the position and behind them. Texture rips them to shreds, rips them to pieces.
Has to stick.
And there's no chances, not anymore. Gen.G up to 12. Forwards here, just showcasing. Oh, doesn't break it in time, so it actually spots both players, and they're already up through mid as well. Paranoia misses, texture, clean shot, rips it away, and this Dreams being dashed out and away. John QT, maybe a chance. Turn with the 1 kill, but it's still a player disadvantage, and they don't know where the rest of them are. Into the corner, hello, finding Lakia. 3 versus 3, Munchkin going, walkabout, Celsius dropped dead to rights, 2v2, still Spike in the open. And control gained and gathered, Munchkin follows through with the fire. Doubled up now, understanding the win con, smoke to block it off, it's all on Sassy.
They know he's not close. Karan is actually looking the
left.
other way too. They've split up to form 2 1v1s. Could Sassy be given anything? He just doesn't expect them coming from spawn.
No, there's no way you expect this, and this could be it. This should be it. The map done and dusted. Gen.G.
Gen.G were too good on Ascent and took the map 13-8. They were dominant on the defense half, which you can only expect from this map. And yeah, Gen.G take the lead in the series 2-1. Looking at the agents for Split now, and neither team has made any changes to their team comp. Here are some of the highlights from Split.
Comes through.
Paranoia does connect it, at least onto the dog, but into the back of the site. He needs to exchange positions, and he will do so. Wrapping back away, but Gen.G have nothing to do with this site now. They are fully rotating away.
But they're rotating without anybody taking space over towards A. And Zekken and Sassy cleared this out. You know, Sassy is perfectly fine facing Ramp here. He knows he's not going to get punished. He's going to be able to hear some of this. Zekken's coming forwards to try to help.
50 seconds. Now Karan does have util as well. Paranoia going to be getting good information with that one. Respecting the position here. Sassy not eager to take that fight. Instead, doubling up. It looks like potential high-low setup. Yeah, it is indeed. With him playing up onto Heaven. Satchel forwards. Cuts up the angle. Flash repick. No, not through main. Adjustment necessary. And Zekken comes up with the goods and more. With 4 ripped away. There'll be trips waiting for him. The nade should clear at least 1 layer of it. Smoke's now up with the Paranoia through, and it's a call made to flood right back into it. The rocket damage done, but already texture right behind. Snaps back Zekken. Shuts down the adversary, shuts down the nemesis. But does he anticipate this? Yes, he does. Movement sublime. Dog now breaks it, will let loose that snakebite, so covering the retreat, but at the same time, John QT here anticipating every single play. Getting 2 there's a job well done. Karan did return that fire, but Munchkin pushed back and away. Snakebite vulnerable. Boombot in his face, barely dealt with. Still alive and kicking the Meteor. Rapid on the approach, rapid on the uptake.
They didn't help Zekken. Zekken got into the site, and they were scared. Scared of the Buckies, scared of the snakebites coming down. Something caused a hesitation in SEN here. And it's a 3v3, still with knives on the other side.
Fear might cost you if you are Sentinels, Karan. It's close, not quite concealed, only good for the 1. There's that instant trade. The Meteor's way ahead of you. Look at this guy, already taking a position forward and tucked underneath. He's picked up a rifle, and this could be the playmaker. Real time, watching it play out. It's like a car crash in slow motion, but a tough plant. Not anticipating it, labored in that 1v1, or 1v2. Sassy removed. Meteor, what a play! Going fast onto his approach, but now they might just be. Still that judge. Prime position to really get some work done with this one in the close quarter avenue. Still they dash past him. They don't know where he is finally. Dealing with him. But that push down mid has turned into a fast flank with all 4 of them. The trip. They're giving it away, but are they going to be aware that there's this many players?
No reaction from SEN. They're not trying to take space elsewhere.
No. Holding the ground, ensnared onto the site. Now from that high ground position, spam through, but TenZ not being baited with this one. Texture, how has he got that? Opened it up onto Zelsis, rocket, rebound into the bag, kills, collected, and there's a 1v2 out of nowhere! Karan delivers. And I'm telling you, man, you cannot count Gen.G out. 2 rounds stands between them in terms of that equalization. Again, looks like a fast play out, and it is. Gliding forward, Celsius goes down to his own nade and takes a with the damage follow-up, the rifle in play. Gen.G is so fast here, just trying to follow through with Sassy. He's already gained that ground here, but they've lost too many players.
Surely. I mean, Gen.G don't have that many holes in their defense side either this round. Munchkin's already keeping B main control. You know, you've got Karen looking for the lurk play too.
Yeah, he's taking that real quick.
That was just an attempt from SEN to try to up the tempo. Use the fact that they'd faked fast A control earlier, but I think as soon as you saw the cages come through with the blast packs,
this is a full investment round for SEN.
Yeah.
You lose this, the economy goes tumbling once more. Gen.G up to 10, but maybe, just maybe you can find this. Kills Celsius! How's he getting away with it again?
but
The movement!
they can't use that. It does pull the Gen.G players away slightly, but as soon as the plant goes down, Gen.G are going to know that they have to focus on B, and Zels is going to get rooted out here.
Not again!
No!
Not again! No way! The 3 versus 3.
30
The
seconds.
discipline, the diligence, Paranoia sweeps through. Now to Seekers, over the top with the flash, trying to hold his ground. Sassy does not go down. Pillardo, blade up, double up, guns need to be out and AI in. Play, finally, Lakia. A 1v2, finds the first. Next one on the cards. Here's the dog, Trailblazer broken, denying any sort of ground, and he might be able to gain Meteor. He's up close and personal now with this rifle in his hands. Does he anticipate this kind of danger? It's returned, at least with the fire, but he's already gained 2 kills for his team, and now Gen.G wants to put a bit of a move on here still. Doesn't have a rifle to take that fight, dodging, ducking, weaving. Finally, the run and gun in action. Sassy, singing his plan down.
Very nicely done there by Sentinels. Lucky had just given it away a little too early by taking the shot. Missed it on John. He's opened up a chance for Sen. Post plants look good as well, honestly.
They do.
They've also planted so that Tens could get one and then ult away to heaven.
Possibilities now for Sen. Twist and turn and find themselves up to 12 here. Paranoia's exchanged. Okay, the nade just dodged about with the TP. Engage. Texture. Matters into his own hands. He's just blitzed his way onto the site now, out through the back of it. Neurofem. Maybe it's a false information, but they are looking everywhere now. Smoke. Drop down. Texture. Sticking. Half. Denied.
Hiding inside a smoke, looking to try to make the play here. Meteor.
Meteor. Off angle. Loses his fight out.
Against the high-low there, it's very difficult to get anything done.
Will this be the domino effect
But
here?
look, it's a fake
instant
Brent.
reaction. Yeah, it is a fake Charon. He commits a TP to try and reinforce that A site, but it's all for naught. Texture, the lone player to stand against it. The onslaught sweeping him through all the bounds, and the Stinger's just not good for it, at least for that. Paranoia, though, has to be a follow-up, and it has to be a clean-up, and there is there on time. Texture dropped in the process now with 30 seconds left.
30
Take a pause in the round and take a breather, because Sentinels realize it. The chance now to extend that play in the series, to take it all the way to Icebox. A tap forces it out. The first wave of the util. All the flashes flying through, and so do the bullets. Lakia, a lot to overcome, a lot to do, and it's just impossible. Map 5 is on the cards.
Sentinels reclaim their split crown and take the map 13-10. Zekken was insane here, almost dropping 30 kills, and the series is truly delivering as we go to the final map. The 5th map of this series is Icebox, and looking at the agents, it's actually a mirror matchup with both teams running the KO and Gecko. Here are some of the highlights from Icebox.
Here, forwards now into the angle. Zelsis retreating and away with the turret is covering that angle there with Munchkin caught out into the open. Still a plant down for Gen.G. Can't be too much more behind this. They are dropping and toppling.
Very diligent play by Sentinels, making sure that they deal with the lurk, but not clearing the corner.
Speak of the devil, man. Texture makes a good go of it.
I don't see how Karen wins this, though, in a 1v3.
With a fragment nade, forces him out.
Not possible.
Open to drop. Changing the handshake there in the air. The shots are fired off here, but the plant's still down now for Gen.G. Into the post plant. Again, that weaponry isn't good, but the util is. Look at that. It's a coordinated effort. An absolutely filthy spray transfer. As Lakia Texture with the final blow. Setting it up from Sassy. That hasn't been dealt with here still. Wingman forwards. Entertainment not online, and they are really trying to flood in and through. But Gen.G on the high ground positions on high, tying the top of them over. Celsius, the difference maker. Right when his team needed it. 2 versus 2, and guess what?
30
Spike
seconds left.
dropped down. Top nest.
Wingman delivered that one like a Juicy little
Delivery. Speaking of deliveries, Sassy out wide, but Celtics again. It would have to be the ace, and it's shut down in its tracks. Using it to clear them all the way back here, so Sentinels won't be able to withstand their ground here, but there is that gap out towards the back here. It seems like there's some hesitation. How do they want to try and fight towards this one? It looks like now the plan being committed. Still with that pit here with the ults all the way through now. Thrash to set it up, and it has cleared the way through. No! Timing! Timing! Caron! An absolute menace! In a 1v2, Sassy, so much to do. Mosh rebounds, Pit still alive and active, but it finally fades, and look at it. It's hectic, it's frantic, he's looking this way and that way. Wingman out! Can't collect the kill. Withstand it. Here comes a lockdown though. It's fast by Sen.
Is there anything to break it?
Pushing back right into the flank. Sassy! He's caught in the open. Didn't withstand it with his gun out.
He thought Gen.G were going to fight the lockdown, but the lockdown came too early. Gen.G weren't in position for the lineups. Zelsis in mid.
Catching Meteor, crucial to the round. Success, orb in his face, blooms and blossoms fading away. Here's the footsteps, here's the running gun. Celsius, awareness off the charts. Pit dropped down too, but dodging that one with entertainment. The Thrash not getting anything, and the decay damage, there it is. Putting in work with Celsius leading that charge still.
The spike, it went down. Wingman able to plant it in the midst of all of this. But this pit, it's not a post-plant play. It's for Sen to go for the retake.
And they got all that space still, have to clear through this one. Caron has a snake bite, at least one with the tap. And now they're flooding through onto the side. That left hand flash! Magnificent! Munchkin to deliver. And he's got to stand and do it now. The tap, forcing out the bullets, no more. Left in the chamber.
30 seconds
all 5 players here. There's 25 seconds left. How are they getting back in?
That's the question, isn't it? Waiting for that regen util, but again, there's only 20 seconds remaining. Got to get a move on, and it needs to be now for Sen. What is the game plan? Wall up, just about.
They've got to push forwards.
Push forwards, and that's why Tennis is there. Underhanded, flash through, takes it. The fight straight to into Meteor, on top of bridge. Gen.G though, surely the guns prevail. It's 1 versus 2. There is that value. Rifle upgrade. Celsius here. Is it even planted for it? I'm not even sure. Tucked to the corner here. They know where he is. Wingman sets its sight onto it. Lakia half on the defuse and even more. No kills to be claimed. No kills to be collected. Gen.G narrowly avoiding it, but they need to keep these guns. Pressed here by Sen. Not just that, but they're pressing the advantage. Scaling deep into the back of the site. They're giving an edge to them. Zekken is tucked deep, and there's going to be that supportive util. Look at that, Ten's already holding for it. First signs of life from Gen.G. A flash, and Molly is going to go flying. And there it is. Dizzy needs to be broken, not quite, just sailed right over, but a bit of miscommunication out here. Texture, the knives at play, the knives at work, and he's going to try and slice and dice to victory. Gen.G finding that footwork, and the ground gained and granted to them. 2 versus 2, a weapon. At least with the upgrade, Meteor is going to be holding this one, he's going to be defusing this one, but already the wall fades and topples away. Half needs to be earned, and he does get it, but time against him entirely. Even activates the dash, anticipating like it could be a follow-through, but it's not. But he's getting out of there.
He's getting good information here, Bren. The fact that Texture popped the dash and got back on the angle is telling Gen.G to keep 3 players A. And they have Lakia on pipes too. This is looking like the way that Sen wanted to defend.
Certainly is. Here, Zekken! Matters into his own hands, leading the charge, but the dash just collides right into the collision of 410. There needs to be the adjustment, it's not there! An inevitability! Texture in a 1v3.
He's got to try to hold on to the last shreds of hope in his heart. But it must be feeling heavy. He knows that this is Sen likely to get up to 12.
Look at the triangle they formed as well, crossfire setups. It would have to be the play of his career, and he knows it's not possible. Etching themselves in the history books, but one last hurrah for Gen.G. Has to put a stop to it now. Thrash clears through, that's entertainment! Takes a drops down, but he's fallen prey to it. Hunted down. Up to Lakia. He's called for the reinforcements, but this is it. It's a brutal scenario. They're picked to pieces. Thread unraveled. Sentinels can feel it.
The ult even forced out a Meteor here to try to keep the Horde back. But they're in a 3v5. There's nobody on A. Where's the win condition? It just looks like Sen are going to have a free ticket to A. Zeken's going to make a play down mid and it gets cancelled. Why would you even bother taking the risk?
Play it together, Thrash, second round. To clear the way through, it's Munchkin standing his ground. Knife just a little bit too late here, they can feel it now, pressure mounting, Gen.G stacking, but they will topple, they will fall, the rifles are too good, 1,000 days and counting, Sentinels maintaining their relevancy.
30 seconds left. Spike planted.
The last time they were at an international event, last time they earned any sort of accolades.
Toxins going up.
And Caron, from rank to rookie to tier 1 play, left to stew. Pacific's hopes and dreams laid on his shoulders. Gen.G's hopes and dreams laid on his shoulders. But how much can one man do? First one found, second one not there. It's over. Sent City, here to play, here to stay.
Sentinels were simply better on Icebox and took the final map 13-6. Zelsa stepped up to the occasion and it was so entertaining watching him jump out of his chair after every round. The MVP for this series though just has to be Zeken. This kid is insane and probably the best player in the world right now. This grand final is one of the best I've ever seen. Gen.G takes second place at Masters Madrid, while Sentinels are your champions.